Alright, let's try a state of the collection with the Canon SLR camera that we have here. And we are now looking at probably the watch I have to wear the most, the Seiko SUN Diver. This is a kinetic. It's 48 millimeters. It has very huge bright superluminova, deep dish dial. It has three-dimensional lume markers. I've been getting a lot of feedback from owners of Seiko kinetics, and they suffer the same anxiety that kinetics give me. They're wrist hogs. I've got this on close-up, but it looks a little out of focus from too close. I want you to get to see it in high definition on this Canon entry-level SLR. So this one I've been exercising with. You want to hear how crazy kinetics are? I was doing power walks with this watch on 3-4 days a week. Still am, but I was using dumbbells and hurt my shoulder a little bit. I don't think it's going to be debilitating, but I won't be using dumbbells anymore during the walks. I mean, just a very powerful looking watch. Has amazing wrist presence. Another watch that I wish I would get more wrist time to, just so refined. It's really hard to get good shots of this black Citizen ProMaster. I'm going to have to keep it at a distance. I can see 44 millimeters Echo Drive, and I can hear my daughter running toward me, so things are going to get noisy. Okay, let me finish the video, honey. Okay, this is only going to take about 5 minutes, alright? And then I'll give you a snack before we go to dance class, alright?
Okay.
Alright guys, sorry about that. You know how I've got no alone time in this cave. I do not have a man cave anymore. I am in a big screaming beehive. That's not a bad shot. That's not a bad shot of the Citizen ProMaster Sky. That's not a bad shot at all. I think I'm going to keep this video in spite of the interruption. Let me show you the, since we're on the Citizen ProMaster Sky, let me show you the silver version, so you can see the detail of it. Now this is said to have anti-reflective sapphire. I noticed there's a little more reflection on the silver one than the black. I don't know if it's just my my imagination. That's not a bad shot. Let us go to the Seiko Tuna SBNN. I'm getting a lot of blur here for something that's on close-up. Getting a lot of blur. There it is, 46 millimeters. Don't believe people who tell you it's 48. I've measured it. I've got it on a strap code, Super Engineer. I'm not happy with this close-up. It's not really close-up at all. There you go. There's a nice shot. Come on, show the Super Engineer. Okay, so close-up, really, you can't really go closer than 6 or 7 inches. I'm getting the hang of it. Let me show it to you. Next to the sky. Alright, let's go to another watch that I wore yesterday. The Orient Saturation Diver, also on a strap code Super Engineer bracelet. You know what really ticks me off about being a watch obsessive? I have this beautiful classic diver watch, the Orient Saturation Diver. Just an amazing movement. I mean, the crown is so well made. You can really tell the difference between when you engage the crown on this watch and some lower quality watches. I mean, even $300 watches. You know what makes me mad? I still crave that Seiko Sumo. What the hell is wrong with me? I've had the damn Sumo 4 times. I mean, go to a therapist, McMahon. There's a nice shot. I'm really liking the HD. Well, I'm going to take off the watch I'm wearing now so you can see it. It's my latest acquisition. This would be the Seiko SRP 655. I think people are calling it the ceramic tuna, and this has the same movement as the Seiko SRP 637. Not quite as high as the Sumo movement, but it is hackable. Oh, there's a good shot. I measured this beast. It's 49 millimeters. I know people are calling it over 50, but it's 49, and it plays nice and big, and I do quite like it. It's good to have one rubber strap watch. I'm not a big rubber strap dude. I prefer the stainless steel but I really don't see how I would match this. I refuse to buy a black bracelet with this. Black, you know, that PVD stuff. I don't, you know, you get scratches, you're done. You know, I don't know if I'd, it's 22 millimeters, the lugs. I don't know if I'd want to put it on a stainless steel. I don't know if that would be a clash with the black ceramic bezel. Let me get it a little farther away. It's not bad. It's not a bad shot. It's not a bad shot at all. Let me see if I can get it with the Seiko Kinetic Diver, just so you can see the size of these two beasts. These are very fun watches to wear. No, they are not my holy grail, the Breitling Super Avenger 48 millimeters with Arabic numerals. You know, that's a huge debate in the watch community. Should you just sell all your tier 2 watches and tier 3s and just get it one tier 4? And I mean, you could always keep a beater. Of course, I'm so spoiled. A beater now is like, you know, a $500 watch. That's ridiculous. Let me show you the... Now, these two watches have the same movement. You got the SRP 637 on, I put it on an end mill bracelet. It's purported to be 47 millimeters, but it plays like a 46, so I don't think it's 47. I've measured it. It's actually 45 across the bezel, 46 if you count, you know, from you know, all the way, but it plays more like a 46, even a 45, I'd say. And I don't care for the strap that it comes, I'm sorry, the bracelet that it comes with, but not bad shots at all. I mean, this is pretty much my collection right here. I mean, I've got a rotation of these 7 watches. Another telemarketer calling me. When am I going to unplug my landline phone? I was told by the phone guy that's good to have for an emergency, so I just put up with all the telemarketing phone calls coming in all the time. So there's some good shots of that. Let me just show you some comparisons now of the Tuna and the Kinetic Diver. Not too bad. I'm still a little uncomfortable with using the tripod and this camera. It's something I'm still getting used to. I'm trying to figure out the right angle for when I do watch presentations or any other kind of presentation. I recently did a selfie presentation where, like, you know, I was in half of the image, and then you can see my book collection. That was the one where I was assuming the voice of Foghorn Leghorn and giving the 10 reasons why you, i.e. me, needs to buy a Breitling Super Avenger. These look good. I enjoy the high definition. I mean, you better put some cold cream on your hands, though, because if you got any dry blotches on your skin, you're going to have monster claws. Welcome to Hollywood, man. You start filming yourself in HD. So 3, 5, I got 7 in my rotation. I've got a beater Echozilla, my first watch I ever bought. Bought this back around 2007, still going strong. And I really only wear this in the ocean or in a chlorinated pool. I won't wear the other ones in those situations. There we go. This was the one, man, where the fever started. I went into, I got seduced by Invicta TV watches, and I was just so ashamed of myself. And some of you guys made me feel a lot better. You contacted me either through comments on my YouTube channel or whatever, and you said, yeah, don't worry about it. You know, a lot of us went to the watch obsession right through the window of those TV fashion watches, and you know, we got educated about watches and we got away from that. And so it's I guess it's a natural trajectory, it's a natural progression. And so I consider myself, on one hand, pretty damn lucky to have this collection. On the other hand, of course, like most human beings who chase chimeras, just so hard to get a good shot of the black Citizen Pro Master. That's not bad, not a bad shot. You know, we always want to shoot for something that's a little bit over the fence, and I think as watch obsessives, we're always looking for that transcendent experience. And we think that a tier 4 watch, well, for me, a tier 4 watch would be about as high as I'd want to go, and even that would be obscene with family vacations and my wife wanting us to fly to Croatia, which could easily cost $7, $8, $9, $10,000. Sky's the limit, man, when you travel. But I think I'll just stay home, honey, and just wear my Breitling Super Avenger while I watch Pawn Stars. Yeah, right, that's not going to happen. So I don't know how that's going to play out, but I do love these watches for what they are. I was listening to Johnny Casual ramble, and he compared cheap watches to the cheap thrills you get from eating cheap, fatty, greasy Chinese food. You know what, man? My watches are not down there. You know what I like about my watches? They're not that expensive, but they're good enough that you feel like you went into a nice bistro, or it's not bad. I mean, it's not like you're not going into a fancy French restaurant like when you're wearing a Breitling or an Omega. But I love the Seiko. God, I hate kinetics. I would not own this watch if it didn't look like this. No way. Johnny Casual says this is a little too high concept for something that's going to be classic over the years. We'll see. He might be right. I don't know. I'm sure loving it. I don't think it's too crazy. But wow, the depth. This is just my kind of watch. So there you have it. This is just a trial of my new Canon SLR camera. I think it's called the T5i. And until next time, I'm out of here.